All right, everybody. Well, golan-globus Theater. We're talking real fast today. We're racing through this because we're going to have a lot to say. There's too much to cover in this episode. Of course, Murray, hit us with the big news here.
What's our special guest?
Yeah, our special guest.
Yeah, people. Not only are we talking about one of the greatest Superman movies of all time,
I'm glad you said the greatest, yes.
But we're bringing on a friend of ours. We met through the Twitter. One of our earliest supporters. The guy's a genius. Why? Because he thinks we're good. And so all the way from the UK. We're huge in the UK, Griff. They love us. And I just want to introduce him. And by the way, this is no chump. This is no like charity case. This guy's a successful podcaster in his own right. He's done way more than we ever will do.
Most likely.
Without further ado, and first of all, if you're a fan of the Geek Show podcast, you already know who he is, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. Let's give it up to our buddy Stuart.
Hey, first, could I correct you a little bit? I don't think you're great.
Yes.
I know you're great. Just wanted to put that aside. So, you know.
This guy
That's
is
some
our
good
favorite
news in a
guest.
shitty April, man. Oh, April's over.
April's done. This is the
So
1st of May.
Yes. May starts out great.
I was just on the Maypole earlier today. You know,
Fucking Millie just came over and slobbed all over my arm. All right. But yeah, so Superman 4, you guys...
I don't even know. We're not gonna get Superman 4 yet.
No.
I need, now that we have somebody from across the pond,
Yeah.
I need to know.
We've been talking about this for months after we started noticing a lot of downloads from the UK.
Yeah, we get it from America because there's nothing more American than a Golan-globus production.
I mean, half the covers of the movies have American flags.
And there's some Americanism in this movie too, which we'll get to. But yeah, so how does it translate? Why do you guys care about these movies? Is what we're basically saying.
Well, you can't be a movie fan if you don't love canon movies. It's plain and simple. Fact. You know, that was written on the tablets that Moses carried down. You know, the 11th commandment is you must watch any movie that Charles Bronson is in that's got the canon logo in. You must watch every Chuck Norris movie, regardless of its quality. Obviously, they're all great. That have got canon things in. Every time you see the names Golan-globus, you've got to watch it because you're in for a treat. So, canon are great. They were, for me, they're a brand. So, you know, nowadays, these kiddies and whatnot have got Marvel. Yay. No, never mind Marvel. Put Marvel to one side. Canon. It's better. See,
exactly.
You would shoot Marvel out of a cannon and then across the world.
You're putting Marvel kind of to the side here and saying canon did, hero movies right. Because we've had somebody tell us, like, growing up with these 80s comic movies was horrible.
Yes, it was.
But I'm not seeing that. Based on the one Superman movie I've seen.
Look, I'm not one of those guys that's like Marvel can do no wrong, unlike a friend of ours who will remain nameless. But compared to the shit that me and Stuart had to grow up on, if you were a comic book fan, you're just like, yes, I'll go see this, because they never made comic book movies. And if they did, they were like, hey, let's just throw all that shit that you like about it out the window and do our own thing.
Right.
Yep.
And it was, so... And we ate it up. We still saw these shitty movies. So you're living in superhero heaven, everybody. If you're a comic book fan, it's not going to get any better than it is right now.
I mean, you do take aside Superman movies from the 80s. What other superheroes did you get? Howard the Duck. Come on. That was it. That was
Captain
like
America.
Captain America. Then, awful.
Wasn't there a Punisher?
There was.
Spider-Man?
There was Punisher in 89, I believe, with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
That ain't a great film.
Not good. Wasn't that straight to video? Because I don't even remember that being released here.
Yes.
The Punisher one.
No, I think it was straight to video and then straight in a bargain bin not long afterwards, I think. So that didn't really do much. You got
Hey, there was Supergirl too. Don't forget
Supergirl. I was there as a 13-year-old boy watching Supergirl going, this is the best film ever. I like Helen Slater. So yeah, she was great. So,
Wow.
But yeah,
See, Griff, so it was dark days in the 80s.
That's what I hear. I trust you guys. Like, when when I started getting into a movie, it was like immediately Jean-Claude Van Damme and Three Ninjas and The Sandlot. So I feel like I was in a pretty good place.
But you see, we had different sort of heroes, though. We had Marion Cabretti. You know, we had Braddock. We had Charles Bronson playing whatever role he was playing. It was kind of the same character in every single film.
He played himself,
but it was
same
Paul Kersey and
character,
everything.
same motivation.
vigilante with,
Somebody got raped in his
without a
family.
cape. So he was great. But no, Canon for me, it was a safe haven because I've always watched loads and loads and loads of movies, as in like 400 or 500 a year. And I remember watching the Canon once, and I would see Canon on it and go, I'll watch that because I kind of know what I'm going to get, which is probably, I don't know whether that's a good thing or not on a lot of occasions, but at the time it was good.
You'll always be entertained. It might not be good.
Yeah.
But
And it's almost always under 90 minutes or so.
well, that was like Golan's thing. He was like, because we talked about that, I think, with the last movie. What was the last movie we did? Revenge of the Ninja. That was like a 2-hour movie. He's like, fuck that. 90 minutes. Got it. And it made it a better movie.
Well, they stretched.
Golan
Delta Force was just over 2 hours, so that was probably the one where they spent double figures, I think, on that one. So they sort of pushed the envelope a little bit on the first Delta Force.
Yeah, one of the few there they got to double-digit budgets. I think this one made it up to like $15 million for a budget.
Yeah. Well, and also I wanted
screen.
to ask, I'm aware of the whole video nasty thing with UK where all the horror movies were all cut up or banned or whatever. Did they do that with the action movies too?
They kind of did. I mean, there was sort of not so much canon ones, but there was some of the Abel Ferrara movies where, you know, MS-45 from his 45, that was very hard to get hold of. Girly Killer was obviously a horror movie, but they did censor a lot of stuff. Pretty much anything with a nunchuck they cut that scene out. That was gone, including Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the sausage nunchucks. That was actually censored for it. True story, not even kidding. They cut the nunchucks out because they were sausages. So, yeah, we got a lot of censorship back in the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because that was going to cause kids to beat each other up with sausage nunchucks?
It was, because they might go, do you know what, I need some of that. You were okay with guns and knives and rocket launchers and motorbikes with rocket launchers on the front of them, but heaven forbid you put a string of pork sausages and start hitting enemies. That was just the beginning of the end, really.
Holy shit, that's interesting. Did they just cut the scene, or did they just like black bars over the sausage?
They cut the scene because the black bars they would still kind of look like black bar nunchucks, so that wouldn't quite work.
Right.
But they cut the scene out, so you would have like somebody walking into a room and look around, and then it would cut to 15 people lying on the floor, and then the good guy going ha ha, and then you'd like, I don't even know what happened there. Something happened.
Oh man,
know what.
The theater of the imagination.
Exactly.
You just gotta let it play out. Yep. You know, golan-globus love that, mainly because they probably just cut the scene like that. But
they probably did.
What would you?
That too.
What would you say, Stuart, is your favorite canon film?
First Delta Force, because that was I watched that so many times. That film. It's really quite racist now. If you watch it, you're like, it's kind of bad. But at the time, that was one of the few films I had on VHS. But also some of the Death Wish sequels were
those are fun.
They were good. I loved your episode on Death Wish 3. It's I need to go back and rewatch that film.
Thank you. Excellent.
So we love to hear.
Oh man, that is a fun one.
It is.
So, it really is. Which? Oh, I thought you had something.
No.
All right. Do we want to bring up anything about Superman before we get to the trailer?
Ooh, Superman 1 and 2 are amazing. There you go.
That's what I hear. I did reveal that I have not seen a Superman movie. This is my
none of them, not even the recent ones.
I don't know. I think they were so bad I completely blanked out if I saw one of the recent ones.
I've totally blanked out of the Bryan Singer one. I don't remember anything about.
I don't know who Bryan Singer is, so
neither does Hollywood anymore.
Bryan Singer shot. His name's Bryan, right?
Yep.
Well, he was involved with some shady stuff, so.
He was involved with what?
Some shady stuff, so
Shady.
it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
We can shit on him.
Oh, okay. Someone dug up that past.
Yep.
Well, I guess let's go ahead and hit that trailer, and when we come out,
Gonna
all
do
Superman guns a-blazing.
All right, you're the guest.
The trailer is as long
Stuart,
as the trailer is as long as the film, I believe.
Yeah. It's at 127. So I mean, do a little math and move the decimal point, and boom, that's the movie.
All right, so since you're the guest, Stuart, I'm going to throw it to you. Hype the shit out of this movie, Superman 4 for us.
Oh, you think you've seen it all? You've seen your Lord of the Rings, your Harry Potters, your Titanics, your Avatars? No, hell no. Let's watch this absolute Sidney J. Furie classic-directed movie starring Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, Mariel Hemingway, Superman 4, Quest for Peace.
The greatest hope against the threat of nuclear war is Superman.
I'm going to do what our governments have been unwilling or unable to do. Effective immediately, I'm going to rid our planet of all nuclear weapons.
The greatest threat to Superman is Lex Luthor.
Smarter than I thought. We can make the world safe for war profits.
He's created the ultimate weapon to annihilate the Man of Steel.
You'd risk worldwide nuclear war for your own personal financial gain. Nobody wants war. I just want to keep the threat alive.
Dude of Steel. Where are you gonna get it?
You know you're a workaholic. Why don't you stop and smell the roses, huh?
Superman 4, Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, Jackie Cooper, John Cryer, with Mariel Hemingway and Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. Superman 4, his most important adventure, the quest for peace.
Super fine trailer. We get to see Superman, all the new powers he's learned over the years, like super bricklaying. God, this movie. I don't know why people didn't like it. I don't know why. It's so I was on the edge of my seat.
I think they just couldn't understand it. I think it was maybe overcomplicated. Maybe the visual effects and the filmmaking technology was just ahead of its time.
Yeah, you guys saw this as young adults,
Right.
Impressed or completely just like, what is this effect?
I'd be more of the second.
Yeah.
More completely, I want my £2 back.
Okay.
I've rented this from a video store and my video machine's not happy anymore.
Yeah, there's some really shitty green screen going on in this movie, even for 80s.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But at the same time, because it's so shitty, they cut these scenes short. It's like, I was thinking about that first scene. And what a good place to start talking about the first scene since we started this fucking movie. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, it's fucking the Russians.
Dirty
outer
Russians
space.
out in space. Probably making a spy satellite.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably.
And Superman's
Well,
helping.
singing Frank Sinatra songs. Brilliant.
Singing a Russian Frank Sinatra song.
Getting ready to hack Hillary's emails. Fucking dirty Russians.
As it usually happens, there's a lot of debris up there, Griff.
Space junk. Fucking Devo wrote a song
Satellite
about it.
knocks a Russian commie right off there. As far as I'm concerned, let him fucking die. Let him fly into space.
I mean, this is Cold War era, so...
Right. We're in a battle for our lives, Griff.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
This is like 1 year on from sort of Rocky doing is if we could change, you could change, and everybody else could change, then,
Exactly.
all that stuff. Superman's like, I can beat that.
Oh,
I
okay.
can do things you can't do it.
We're trying to say is, Griff, this is the movie that ended the Cold War.
Yeah.
We finally learned that we're both human beings and we can live together.
It sounded like Rocky started, where he's like, come on, all these cool, iconic figures. Let's do a We Are the World, We Are the People. Let's get rid of the nuclear arms.
So a cosmonaut gets knocked loose. Oh, shit, he's dead. No, he's not, because Superman flies in.
Yeah.
Grabs him, throws him in the satellite, mirror, Skylab, I don't know what it is. And he's like, and he goes... doesn't he speak Russian? Isn't that how amazing Superman is?
Yeah, he speaks Russian to him.
Yeah, he speaks Russian. Yep.
He's got it all.
So
But
You gotta wonder why. Why did he know Russian?
He's just pulling shit all
sleeper
out of that.
agent. I think you're onto something.
Oh, that's a good point. What I love about the scene, 2 minutes long. If this was a modern movie, it would have been 10 minutes long.
You're right.
Think of all the Michael Bay effects that would have happened. I'm just...
Michael Bay, I can't imagine Michael Bay doing this film.
Yeah.
That would be kind of...
Like...
Yeah.
We want Michael Bay to do a director's cut. Just work on the green screen parts, make it fun, and then just keep all the story intact. This movie would go from 127 to fucking 210, 20.
Well, look, I'm on record as saying this movie sucks, but I want to say there's 3 things I like about this movie. 1, you get that classic John Williams score. Superman theme. You can't beat it. It's great.
Nope.
You know, John Williams gets a lot of shit from people because he's like the popcorn movie guy, but how many people have created as many memorable themes as John Williams? Star Wars, Jaws.
You can whistle a John Williams theme and people who aren't diehard movie fans will know what that's from. Your Harry Potter, your Jaws, your Star Wars, Superman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, etc. Schindler's List, they don't tend to know as much, but the popcorn classics, they know them.
Oh, yeah.
Amistad theme, they got a clue.
Definitely.
Exactly. So you got that going for you. 2, I don't care how bad this movie is, Christopher Reeve is still the best Superman.
Oh, he's
best
so good.
cinematic Superman.
I enjoyed him.
Great.
A lot.
Fuck that Henry, whatever his name. And it's not his fault because, unfortunately, he had to be in a movie by a guy who does not get Superman at all and thinks Superman is a murdering psychopath. So I'm not blaming that Henry Cavill, whatever his name is.
Yeah. But
And 3, Griff.
3?
He does something that people rarely do in superhero movies. He does a great job of separating Clark Kent from Superman, making them 2 unique people. They don't. In most movies, they totally ignore the alter ego altogether, and I appreciate what Christopher Reeve's performance did.
Okay. That's 3 for 3. I thought one of them was going to be It's Short, but
That's the last
3
one.
were good choices.
That's
You
3.5.
could watch this movie twice and still have some change left over, or see the Avengers.
Why would you watch it twice?
I'm just saying it's the same amount of time as Avengers, which was 3 hours. Flew by super fast. I'm usually with Griff. I'm like, God damn it, these 2.5 hour
it flew by
movies.
fast?
I enjoyed it. You're not, like I said, you're not gonna like it, but I enjoyed it.
I'll figure out a way to get down there.
I did not cry like a lot of people I'm hearing about crying. Like, get a grip, people. But I did enjoy it.
You know what's going to make me cry? Not getting back to this movie. So, Superman goes home, and he's crying over his poor lost farm. And why this scene was in here, no reason.
Dude, the 80s, they were foreclosing on everybody. Farm aid.
I did like
Do you know what's...
Go ahead.
Do you know what sucks, though, is his farmhouse? It's not in Kansas. It's in Middle England. That's where they shot this farmhouse.
Okay.
True. They shot them. So much of this film was shot in England. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was like Death Wish
And that's
3.
where his farmhouse is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably same sets, I think. But no, his farmhouse it's in a county called North Hertfordshire or something like that. But it's probably a couple of hours where I am.
Oh,
Very
wow.
strange. That's why the weather, there's no sun. If you look at the scenes when he's at the farm, there's no sun. It's just grey clouds because that's where they live above me.
So, for some reason in this scene, he's talking to a real estate agent.
First he goes to his little spaceship. That he came to Earth in, and I felt. Last time I checked, isn't kryptonite? Doesn't that kill Superman? It looked like it was a piece of kryptonite.
No, he's okay with some kryptonite, I think. But,
well, this is the green
point.
kind, which I thought kills him.
Yeah,
there's like 50 different colors.
Maybe he's got a new power.
Yes. They're like, fuck it, we only have green in the budget. So
he's got blue vision in a minute
because
here,
that was another thing about I was never a huge Superman guy to begin with, but I never got all the crystals and all that shit. That's a big thing in the movies, Griff. So it's basically I'm assuming it's the battery that powered his ship that brought him to Earth.
Yeah.
That seems likely.
So, and he's communing with his mother. She's speaking through the crystal. It's a very spiritual moment. Griff.
Yeah. So
we're just setting up that he has a power source.
He's got a power source, deals with his fucking real estate agent, tells him to fuck right off, hits a dinger into space, Mark McGuire
first,
style.
because he's got to cover up the fact that he's not Superman. He totally misses it.
How did you not love that? Clark Kent acting like a buffoon, amazing.
I did. I told you he did a great job of separating the characters. And I like I told you earlier, a lot of people don't notice this. He parts his hair on different sides when he's Superman and when he's Clark. He parts it on the right when he's Superman, and he parts it on the left when he's Clark Kent. Those are the subtle things people don't pick up on. So yeah, you're right. The guy's like he's got I don't know. Did Ma? I know Pa Kent died in part 1. Did Ma Kent just die off screen somewhere? I don't remember her dying.
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, I think on this the Christopher Reeve era, I think she just sort of thought, I don't want to be in the fourth one. I've read the script.
I'm out. So the farm was in the other movies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in Smallville.
Yeah.
So for me, this was completely out of left field. Another.
You don't even know that about Superman.
Well, I
at
know
all?
about his farm, but I was like, why is he going to the farm if his parents are dead? Like, I thought maybe the real estate agent was going to come back at some point, but no, it was just the weird
Well,
Deleted scene.
scene. Yep. One that they forgot to cut.
So he's selling off the family farm. It's a sad day for Superman.
No, he's not. He's not going to sell it.
I don't know what he's.
No,
It doesn't matter.
He'll sell it if somebody wants to turn it into a farm.
Exactly.
But he doesn't want it
That's
turning
right.
into anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, fuck the urban sprawl, only if it's going to a hardworking American, not really American, farmer. But here's where the movie took a turn to even better heights for me.
Okay.
We get introduced to Lex Luthor, but not quite Lex yet. We get to meet Letty, who I immediately thought was not Emilio Estevez. Who's
No, it's John Cryer.
Yeah.
Hot
John
off
Cryer.
of Pretty in Pink. He was the hottest commodity at the
That's where
moment,
I
Griff.
know
They're
him
like, get me
from.
that John Cryer kid.
gave him a cool
golan-globus
haircut.
was lucky enough to get him.
Lucky enough? I'm pretty sure he was like, I've seen your guys' work. I would be honored. You want me to do what? Honored.
So he's playing the role of Lex's nephew, Lenny. And Lenny is basically kind of a punk rock rockabilly kid. He's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's got the pink faux hawk thing going on.
A lot of interesting things. Got a super sweet car.
Right. And so as we used to treat prisoners in the 80s, Griff, we made them wear striped prison outfits
Yeah.
and break rocks. Like
That was actually early fracking. That's what that was.
early fracking.
Yeah, they did it by hand back in the day.
And I want to give my gripe about Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. All right, look. You saw in the first movie, well, you didn't. I'm talking to Stuart, I guess. You saw in the first movie that, okay, he's wearing a wig. We learned that at the end because Superman rips the wig off. So you're telling me, because Gene Hackman in real life is balding, so Lex Luthor wears a balding wig? Like he's kind of vain. He's like, I don't want to make it look like too much like I'm wearing a wig, so I'll put a bald spot in it. I never liked Gene Hackman in this role. As everybody knows, if you listen to this podcast, Telly Savalas was Kojak, one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't know if you know this, Stuart, but I had a deadbeat dad. I didn't have a role model in life. My role model was Telly Savalas and Kojak. And who was hotter in the 70s? Who the hottest bald guy in the 70s? Telly Savalas. Why the fuck wasn't Telly Savalas Lex Luthor? Answer me that.
Well, you do. I mean, you must know if you know your Superman lore that he was supposed to be in the first one.
I did not
Telly
know
Savalas. There was a very,
There we
very
go.
early script when we're putting it together. Superman flies down thinking that it is Lex Luthor because this is a bald guy, taps him on the shoulder. Telly Savalas turns around, he's like, "Who loves you, baby?" And then Superman's like, "Oh, it's not you," and flies off. It was like a blink and you miss it cameo that thankfully never got filmed or used. Telly Savalas was supposed to be in Superman 1.
Oh, wow. I'm glad that didn't happen. He should have been
There you
Lex
go.
Luthor. That's all I'm saying. I'll end it at that.
Yeah.
My rant is over.
Would he have had the sucker?
Sure.
Okay.
He really didn't. I don't want to get into it. That's it. We'll do a Kojak episode one day.
I'd be happy to do that.
So he's like breaking rocks. He's calling, everybody. He's like the Fraser Crane of the prisons.
Yes.
Because he's all,
he really is handing out fucking psychological help to everybody.
Well, no, he's just being a snob, and he's just like, you cretins.
doing both.
You don't know Brahms and all this shit.
Yeah. Mozart.
And the thing is, like, this is the most, like, stereotypical, like, everything about it. Okay, so you have the most classic cartoon prison setup where you have striped uniforms. You have the most redneck of redneck, like, prison guards.
They are obsessed.
They're named Bubba. Both of them are named Bubba for some reason.
Yeah, they were.
So, and then what are they guarding? Like, Ducky just, like, drives right into the prison.
And instead of being like, hey, you got to leave or point their guns, which is what all Americans would do in that situation.
Well, yeah, he's standing their ground.
Exactly. They let him roll right up, and they're just like, wow, those are great speakers. And he's like, why don't you get in and check them out? So they get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Are you sure, mister? And then Lenny just gets out. I was about to call him Ducky. And starts
Same thing.
and starts fiddling around with his little remote control and closing up.
And it takes like an hour for it to close, and you're like, oh, should
the
we get out of
officers
here?
are in there shrieking their asses off.
And then he just drives the car right off a cliff.
It flies away. Golan-globus love
Well,
flying
it's
cars.
like Thelma and Louise, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It goes up, you see it drive towards the cliff, and it's just a straight drop. But when it comes to the shot of the thing, it's like ski jumping. I don't quite understand that. But.
Hey, I got it. I knew what they were going for. I see it. I loved it.
And you like,
Great
these
scene.
guys are dead, man. There's no way. And like, don't worry, guys. They're all right.
Yeah.
You see them climb up. They got a little soot on their face.
Yeah. It's very 60s Batman, isn't it?
It is.
Like, just
but
the
not
level
good.
of cartoony that they're
60s
going.
Batman's
Yeah.
actually
That's
entertaining.
not a compliment.
Yeah. I guess it is for idiots like me who will enjoy
And then they
this
just
movie.
kind of just like walk away. Like, they're like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess we're out of jail.
And yeah, just mosey on out of here. But got to go to Metropolis. Got to check in with Clark. He's, back incognito, checking out the subway. Of course, he misses the subway because he's such a fucking
Getting berated
klutz.
by Lois.
Yeah.
You're no man. Well, okay. And then what do you know? The subway just malfunctions, or the
Yep.
guy's a heart attack. The driver has a
Yeah.
heart attack.
Yeah, driver's heart attack. It's like, who can help? I don't know.
Well, it's funny that
And this is a
Clark
scene
just so
we'll never
happy
ever
to-
get again because he goes into a telephone booth, which you never see anymore. How is Superman supposed to get dressed anymore?
That's a good point.
But he
That's a really
does.
good point.
Flies in front of it. I'm assuming he he stands on the third rail. He's just absorbing the electricity and it stops it. I didn't get that.
Yeah, he's somehow
Yeah.
like
That's a new
inherits
power.
him. Yeah, it's a new power.
Well, then,
that's the
and then
theme of
it
the
was
episode.
crazy. He kisses the driver, and he gets that's like CPR like thing. He's alive again. It's just,
And then don't forget his wonderful public service announcement
Exactly.
before he lets
Oh
the
my god. He's so worried about fake news. He fucking grabs the firemen. The firemen who are going to be like, yeah, all right, I'll tell John over here. Hey, tell people it's okay. The safest transit system is still this subway. Gets the fuck out of there. Lois checks out his ass a little bit. God damn, Lois, take it easy.
It's like, tell that to the driver. He's just had a bloody heart attack.
Yeah,
It's not safe for him, is it?
Yeah, really. Fucking probably has the worst health care.
right.
Oh, man.
So we cut to the Daily Planet.
Yep.
As you said, we got Rupert Murdoch just bought the Daily Planet.
Just bought it.
And he's like, where are the naked women at? There's supposed to be topless women in these newspapers. That was for you, Stuart. He gets it.
Totally.
And he's got his daughter, Ivanka, and he's like, she's taking over.
Look at her. She's so hot. She can run this paper 10 times better than anybody.
She's the greatest. And fake news this and fake news that, and we're gonna do sensational stuff here.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut everybody's wages.
We're going to invest it all into Bitcoin. So,
But she kind of looks at Clark though, because she's like, "Hey, you got the same style of glasses as I do."
yeah, they did have this.
Giant.
I kept noticing something, and you put my finger on it.
Oh,
I
some
guess.
sexy specs you got on there,
Ooh,
mister.
makes me feel
she's
like
obviously
dancing.
she's into nerds. And then I didn't like this. You notice she's goes to Lois and's like, hey, who's that guy? Lois totally cock blocks Clark.
Dude, horror.
She's kind of like, you wouldn't. Let's just put it this way: he's not interested in girls. Like she's basically like,
Yeah.
stay away from him because you know why? Because Lois, her goal is Superman, but she's keeping Clark around for that plan B. So nobody can be with Clark. Clark got friend zoned, and so
he's not the plan B though, because she's not forgotten.
Or has she? I don't even think screenwriters know that.
Are we talking about the forget kiss again?
Yes.
We're going into Superman's past. I'm trying to pull it all together here.
So we're basically, Rupert's daughter Ivanka is hot for Clark. We're
Yeah.
setting that up. She's
Yeah.
like, I like them nerdy folk.
She's trying to figure it out. She reveals later that she's rich and she can get anybody she wants, but she's like really working hard to try to get Clark.
It's always what's unattainable. You always,
Yeah, but she's trying to do it in a legit way. She's not flashing that money. She's like just basically flashing her tits and ass.
Yes.
I mean, she bent over the desk and was like, "Come in here and check this out."
And I love how they drop they say how lame Clark dresses, and then you look at it now. Clark's the best dressed person in this movie. There's so much 80s fashion in this movie.
Yeah.
He's wearing a nice suit, and they're wearing these crazy ass Dynasty outfits.
For sure. His outfits really were timeless. That's a good call. Except for his exercise outfit.
And his giant glasses.
And his,
And
I think they borrowed that from Breakdance too, actually, his tracksuit.
I believe it.
Probably.
So while they're in the office, we get this press conference from the president. He's like, I'm sorry, guys. We need to make more nukes.
There's nothing we can do. And I love this. This is my favorite. First of all, I wish I was not just born in 87 because I wanted to hook up with the teacher here. She's got the giant balloon pants, and I was really into her. But she's like, guys, what do you think we can do to fix this? And the kids are like, we're fucking fourth graders. We're going to
when I was watching the scene, I got flashbacks to when the teacher yelled at me about the Challenger explosion.
Oh, my God. Did you ever talk about that on air?
I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Do it.
You should.
Do it nice and quickly here.
All right, you remember the Challenger explosion, right? I was in 6th grade at the time. So, of course, the big thing was there was a teacher going up. And it blows up. So the teacher dies. So our teacher was like, I want you guys to write letters of condolence to the family of these people. And so, I'm gonna come off like a huge douchebag in this story, but I swear I'm in the right.
You were in the 6th grade.
Yes, and here it goes. I go to my friend. First of all, I'm always weird about these situations anyway. I'm just very awkward about death and all that shit. So I go to my friend. I don't say this yells out go, man, I don't know what to fucking say. I don't really give a shit about the teacher dying. And my friend goes up to the teacher and tells her I said that. You believe that? He just sold me out. So my teacher takes me out to the hall and just berates me. And it's like, Tim, what do you think your mom would think if she knew you said that? And I'm like, da, 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 da. And I just wrote some bullshit. It was totally insincere, but I had to get this shit done.
Oh, my God.
And I go home to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I told her what happened. I was like, would you care? She's like, I don't give a shit. Whatever the fuck you do.
Did you go back to school the day after and tell your teacher, going, yep, Mom agreed with me?
I let it lie. I didn't want to.
That's
best way.
So yeah, I was very traumatized by the scene. You loved it. You were checking out those giant mom jeans on the teacher.
The teacher had a lot going on for me.
But we see a little Jeremy.
Little Murray in the corner.
No, this kid was an asshole.
I'm glad we all hated Jeremy.
Well, everybody in the class hated Jeremy.
It's true. He's in the back. He's got all the custodial equipment surrounding him. It's a nice barrier between him and the other students. And he's just drawing. It was a great Superman drawing, though. I think we can admit that.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, Jeremy, what would you do? And he's like, I'd fucking write a letter to Superman. He's the only one who could do anything about this. And I was like,
but it's the way he said it, though. I'd write to Superman.
Yeah.
He'd fix it. It's a sort of speech you just want to punch him right in the face, don't you?
It was the perfect 4th grader annoying tone, and you got a lot closer to it than I did.
And
there's a reason he's only ever appeared in 2 things in his life: this and some episode of a TV show afterwards, and then that's it. He's never acted again.
Hey, he's been at the top of the mountain, dude. He's only place is down after writing a letter to Superman.
That's true.
And somehow Superman gets all his mail forwarded to the Daily Planet for some reason. I mean, we all know Fortress of Solitude is where Superman lives,
right?
But I guess that's too far. It's out of the post office's jurisdiction. So it goes to the Daily Planet, and Rupert, he picks us up and goes, hey, this is great. We can use this.
Yeah, we're going to run with this story.
So they set up the whole, they bring Jeremy to Metropolis, which looks shockingly like New York City, considering there's Statue of Liberty and Empire State Building and World Trade Center. So
She's carrying the torch in the other hand in Metropolis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And so while that's going on, Superman, he goes to because he hears it and he's like, "Damn, I should be like I'm like helping the entire world every fucking day of my life, but I'm not doing enough."
Yeah,
So-
he's helping like the U.S. I
Right.
mean,
Well,
so
yeah.
he is starting to kind of think like, should I do a little bit more for the world? Maybe like Rocky did.
So
I
like,
did help some Russians at the beginning.
yeah, I did.
This is
So, he's not all bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, why is he feeling guilty?
Because Jeremy's a douche that just like runs a guilt trip on
How
Superman.
does Superman, an adult, like let some fourth grader like tell him what to do?
He totally got manipulated by Jeremy. Jeremy's a smart. Fuck Lex Luthor. Jeremy's the smartest kid. Was his last name Luthor? The Jeremy Luthor?
It might be.
I think it was Jeremy, shit actor.
Maybe Lex.
He
is
was
gonna-
wearing a wig. So,
Maybe Lex is gonna go find him and adopt him.
so Superman fucks off to the Fortress of Solitude. He's like, I have to talk to the elders with my crystals, and they're all like, dude, don't do it. Don't get involved.
You can't do this, man.
Then you're going to become like this demigod, and, don't do it. And he's like, I'm going to take the advice of a fucking 10-year-old. So he goes back. And while that's going on, Rupert, he brings kids. He's just using the kid. The kid's a prop to Rupert.
Oh, big time.
And so he brings him. You pointed out, the kid gets a hot dog.
Yeah, they're in New York Square, Metropolis, Times Square. Hydrophil's in the background just serving up dogs to everybody. It's fucking awesome. And Superman just arrives and scoops up little Jeremy. He's just like, "Hey, little buddy, here, you want to talk?" And Jeremy,
So that's kind of like creepy now, isn't it? You go, hey, little child, want to come with me?
I mean,
It's kind of weird.
oh, it's very weird.
That's Kinjite material. That
No!
one, really. No.
I'm glad somebody worked a Kinjite joke into our podcast. That is incredibly Kinjite. That's such a forbidden
So while
subject.
they're using this kid, well, Superman he goes, well, who's the next wisest person I know? Lois. I'll go talk to her. So under the guy he's Superman.
Yeah.
And they're setting up a date, and then Lois with her like whiskey and like cigarette voice. Hey, Clark, how you doing?
Why aren't you dressed?
She's like 20 years older than Superman. He's like, hey, and he's just like, hey, I think we need to fly cross country.
Yeah.
So they fly across country. Well, he throws her off a building.
It does. It's like, see ya. Hey, try that out. No. Yes.
It's not so much a throw. It's more like, I'm going
No.
to stand on the balcony and
Drop.
pull you down with me.
No, it was like she thought she was gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did.
I love how like is Superman a good guy? He's like playing these total mind games with people.
Well, Lois is always dogging Clark, so
Is. Maybe
she
yeah,
kinda
maybe that's
deserved-
some repressed aggression. He's just like
Obviously,
oh, yeah?
she was in no danger, so it was just a very elaborate prank.
And so they fly all the way to San Francisco and back in like an hour.
That would freeze the fuck out of her.
Well, right.
By the way, women in this movie.
Not really, because it was just a green screen. So, as you can tell.
Okay. Yes. Superman's real power is that he just projects. Oh, man. So, yeah, they get back to Clark's apartment and they
Lois's
land.
apartment.
Oh, was it Lois's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
And this is what we learned. We were talking about this earlier. We always were under the assumption that she did not know that because in part 2 they get married, don't they?
They do. Yep, and he changes hairstyle and everything.
Yeah.
Wears a white shirt and looks all cool.
What?
Yep.
Yes.
This
Oh,
happened?
yeah, you've got some
Yes. He
treats
loses his powers in
ahead
part
of
2.
you.
He gives up his powers for Lois Lane.
This movie seriously plays out like its own thing. The only
Yes,
things I was
yes.
really confused
There was
by
no Griff. Back then, there was no continuity at all. It was just like, we're just doing whatever the fuck we want, and we're not going to use any classic villains. We're just going to make up some bullshit. It was a dark day for comic book fans in the 80s.
But we
Yeah.
loved it because we didn't know any different.
Well, I was still wanted more. I was like, I'll take it because that's all I can get. All I can get is red, brown Superman. I mean, Captain America.
Captain America.
But that's what we had.
He's a real American.
So yeah, so we learned she's like, Clark, I always knew, and he's like, oh, wait, my magic kiss didn't work, and she's like, yeah,
Try again.
he's like, exactly. He's like, I'll try again, and then it worked. Second time was a charm. She immediately forgets that he's Superman, and he just laughs to himself and walks away.
Is that something he turns on and off, or is it just any time he lays a fat one on her?
We have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. Like they just make up powers. Like
I wish Superman comics were like this, where things happen. You're like, wait, is that a Superman power? Because
they probably did, like in the 50s, because that was kind of like the wacky kind of era of Superman, where they would do shit like that.
Yeah.
So, Superman decides, I'm gonna take the advice of this 10-year-old little snot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just remove all the nuclear warheads from the world.
He goes and checks out the UN. They're all, gathered in Metropolis Times Square, and you're holding a big meeting. Through watching this on the Magic of Prime, did you notice the slate they had on your homeland there, Stuart?
Well, most of this was filmed in my homeland, so pretty much. I did look at the delegates in the UN. I'm like, okay.
I mean, apparently,
won't pay too much attention.
Yeah, apparently the one delegate for England should have been for the United Kingdom, because that's what IMDb told me.
Oh, I will check that out in a few seconds when it shows on my screen.
Yeah,
keeping up with you guys.
Yeah, it's just this nice old lady in like a nice sweater. She looks.
That's true. It says England and not the United Kingdom. That's terrible. She's clapping rather nicely, though. She's got a lovely little cardigan on.
She's got like a little corgi with her, and she's like a cup of tea.
Much,
everybody's doing the most like stereotypical thing. There's a Scottish guy with a kilt on. There's a leprechaun for Ireland.
Frenchman's got onions around his neck.
Beret.
Yeah.
Golan-globus know their stereotypes. That's
they
what
do.
We've learned.
They do.
Oh, man.
And so Superman's like, hey, I've decided I'm getting rid of all your fucking nukes.
Yeah.
And they're like, yay!
They're like, wait a minute. We need someone to represent you. Everybody raised their hand like, we'll rep the fuck out of Superman.
Because if you can't trust Superman, who can you trust?
Good point.
And then you jump forward to Man of Steel, though, and he pulls the same crap, and they're like, no, you're an alien, we're going to kill you. Like,
right.
What?
Well, that's Zack Snyder's for you, where he's just like, yeah. Superman's dad would be like, I'm going to die to keep your secret. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Superman's going to let his dad die to keep a stupid fucking secret. That was in the Zack Snyder one, Griff, which you won't see.
2010?
I don't remember. So
something like that.
Okay. So Superman's like, I'm God, motherfucker. I can do whatever I want. I'm taking your nukes. And they're kind of like, woo, thank God. Because this is the thing, guys. This is what the Cold War, both sides wanted to end it, but they didn't want to be the first. You don't want to be the first. Like, you don't want to ask somebody out. You want them to ask you out.
Yeah.
And so they're like, woo, thank you for doing this, Superman. We didn't want this. Even though in real life, like that would start World War III. Like Russians would freak the fuck out and start launching missiles immediately.
Either side would freak the fuck out.
And way to go, Trump. Have you been colluding?
Yeah. 5 people on both sides.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking shit.
So, he's like, all right, everybody, launch off your nukes. I'll pick them up in space. So he just chilled.
Wait, was that what was happening in that scene? They were launching their nukes straight up, and
first I thought they were like doing what I said, and Russia's like, "Fuck it, we're going to destroy America." But they're launching them nicely.
Oh shit, we had an accident. Let's not tell.
And of course, we can trust the whole every country with nuclear weapons. They're going to shoot them all off. It's Superman. You got to trust them, so they not launch them all. Superman, of course, made a giant net, catches all the nukes in it.
Yeah.
Does a nice little hammer toss throw,
just throws
right into the sun.
See, that concerns me though, because I was watching that scene earlier when he's swinging it around. What happens if he mistimed and threw it into the planet? That could happen.
Stuart, he's Superman. He's infallible.
Could easily have happened.
Yeah.
Well, he could hit like Venus or Mercury. I guess. Well, we got to trust Superman. He's like, I got all the trajectory set up.
It's true. He didn't even look
never mind the fact that he moves to the moon or later on. Like that would have catastrophic effects on us.
Exactly.
But
wow,
no.
There's a lot of science in this movie that they just like.
Yeah, a lot of fake science.
I love this movie. This is so good.
So, what's going on? Lex, always the businessman.
He's in a sweet apartment in the Trump Tower.
Totally looks like something Trump would live in.
Oh my
Everything's
God.
covered in gold.
I think I got 2 pictures coming up there on the Instagram for it because you need to fucking see it. He's got a man stuffed into a cheetah outfit, kneeling in a corner.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. There is clearly
Oh, man. Wow.
full face, like, weird shit going on. And then there's fucking Lenny in the background with his drum kit and pinball machines. I fucking love all the shots of this apartment.
So he's talking with, like you pointed out in her notes perfectly. It's a Shark Tank moment.
It's complete Shark Tank with all the evil minds of...
Yeah, these, like, fat, like, the most... It's golan-globus, most stereotypical... All we need were giant cigars to be chewing on. But it's like a bunch of big fat guys in three-piece suits. Like, this Superman, we're weapons dealers.
Yeah,
he's ruining our business.
You got varying degrees of mustaches. You got, like, thinner, douchier one, big, choppy one.
And then fucking... So Lex breaks down his whole plan for Nuclear Man, but he drops the most succinct. This, Donald Trump, if you're listening, I know you are. It will be the perfect slogan for your next re-election. The more fear you make, the more loot you take. Can you just see that? See that on a red like baseball cap, Griff?
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have the like flow of MAGA.
It's too many words.
And by the way, I just copywrote that phrase. So Trump, you got to talk to me if
That's
you want to use it.
property of Merman Productions.
It's called The Art of the Deal, Griff.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, I got this great plan. I am going to get a hair of Superman.
Yeah.
I'm going to jizz in a petri dish, throw the hair in it, throw it into the sun, and we're going to have Nuclear Man. And it's like the science is there, Griff.
It really is.
I also love, he's like, because of course it's a PG movie, I'm also going to put in a little Ken doll sized superhero outfit which has computers in it so it'll know how to dress him.
Okay, that's what was happening there.
Yes. So
yeah, I didn't understand the computer part. It's like
Yeah.
you can have a little computer chip that makes clothes for a guy that's not been made yet. I don't quite understand that.
Let's get
kind of
used to
kind of
that.
weird.
you just throw computers
With
and it
the
makes
way
sense.
technology's going, every sci-fi movie is just going to be nano machines this and nano machines that, and you know where it came from? Fucking Superman 4.
golan-globus once again, they're ahead of the
Fucking
curve. They came up with nano suits. Iron Man, you thought you were the first? No.
I fucking
Lex.
hate
No.
using nano machines for everything. Why Iron Man just had his face blown off? Why is he still alive? Oh, nano machines rebuilt his whole brain.
There you go.
Fuck that. That's the worst Deus Ex Machina.
So, of course, you need a rocket to shoot it off into space. Even though I thought all the fucking nukes were like destroyed by Superman, there was one they left.
Just one left.
And once again, it's bad enough our security nowadays. Security in the 80s was really lax because Lex just walks in and goes, yeah, we're going to shoot off that rocket.
Yeah.
I'm a general. You can trust me.
Well, it's all about confidence. It's just like that woman who swam into Mar-a-Lago a couple weeks ago. She was confident. She was like, I don't belong here. I'm not a giant white man, but I'm going to get in there. And she got in there. That's all it takes is confidence.
Well, it worked because they launched it off.
They're telling people where to be, when to be, and they're like, I want to see this missile right now.
Make it happen.
Make it
Whatever you say, sir. So they launch it into the sun, which takes probably 15 seconds
It was very
to
quick.
get into the sun.
Quick rocket.
And it takes another 15 seconds to create Nuclear Man. It's almost like the beginning of 2001. I think the beginning. I've never seen it. But there's a...
It's kind of like a big ass microwave, though, isn't it? So 15 seconds would
Right.
Yeah.
would cook him.
Yeah, I think so.
And so like a fetus comes out, and then it slowly grows
Yeah.
into Nuclear Man. And the computerized superhero
suit.
costume, nanobots, like you said, they cover
like
them.
nanomachines. Yeah.
Nano machines, sure. And they cover them. And we got Nuclear Man, played by the great Mark Pillow, who's been in so many other movies.
I thought
No, he enjoys this film. He just hasn't made any other movies, really. And we need to refer to him as the second Nuclear Man because there were failed attempts.
There were?
Yeah.
And my God, were they failed attempts? Yeah.
Is there actually is it like photos of it, or is it just one of those things?
I was watching footage. I was watching the failed Nuclear Man footage this afternoon, and my God, it's awful. He comes out, this first Nuclear Man, he's dressed in a black costume, and he's like, hello, father, how are you,
Oh,
father?
no.
It's awful. It's of that sort of terrible in this.
So instead of
it's pretty bad.
Instead of like Lex spooging into the petri dish, Lenny spooges into it.
Right.
So you get the
Yeah,
Lenny
pretty
nuclear
much.
man. Oh fuck, that's messed up.
Yeah, Lenny man.
Lenny.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, there is Bizarro Superman in the lexicon of Superman,
there
so it's kind of just
So
kinda that.
we get some guy straight out of like Chippendales in a review, Super Nuclear Man,
Super Nuclear Man, yeah.
and he flies back to Earth.
Yeah.
And I actually forgot about this, but he doesn't even, Mark Pillow doesn't even get to talk because his voice is Gene Hackman's voice
Yeah.
with like an evil reverb kind of on it.
Right. Yeah, they put some kind of little. But so he before he gets back home, it's almost like Clark knows that shit's coming, and he's working on this case that Lacey or Ivanka has put him on, and it's called How to Plow Your Boss's Daughter in 10 Days. And so they're at like a gym because she wants to make sure he's fit for the plowing.
Griff,
And-
this is how I kind of imagine you look like at the gym, where you have like sweatpants, sweatshirt with a towel tucked into your sweatshirt.
Well, Murray, you don't want to get your own like a lot of sweat on the equipment. So yes,
Right.
you take that protective layer. It's not for you; it's for everybody else.
And of course, since this is the '80s, we're doing aerobics.
Yeah,
And Clark, once again, genius of Christopher Reeve. Clark is is no coordination at all.
no coordination, and also not limber. Like apparently, he sits in a chair all day. He fucking hurts his back
Right.
doing a simple calisthenic. So he's like, I gotta sit this one out. And she's like, no, you don't. Come over here. Let's work on this machine. And she does a couple reps. She's just fucking killing it. She's like, here, we'll up it a little bit because you're kind of bulky. It's just all the sweats though. And he just looks bulky.
He's got like tissue paper building up the muscles under the sweats.
Yeah, he's more padded, isn't he, than bulky?
Yeah.
Some sort of stay puffed Superman.
And then a guy who's smaller than Christopher Reeve comes by and starts bullying him. Like, hey, loser.
But hey, man, he was wearing less clothes, so he had more confidence. So he gets right in his face, and he's just like, oh, hey, who's your friend here? Because he knows Lacey. And he's trying to get with that, but...
So he feels like there's kind of some competition.
Oh,
so
there
that's
definitely
a battle
was.
of the alpha males.
There definitely was. And so, Clark makes an ass of himself, and he's like, oh, hey, Clarky, why don't you try something a little easier? So shows him over to a different machine, and Clark's just playing his, Bidoof self, fucking clunks down again, and he's like, Clark, you really need to hit the shower.
Just like Tango and Cash, all the showers are running for some reason.
80s movies hate water. I literally love this scene. I'm not fucking kidding at all. There's this moment where Lacey's like, I gotta get out of here, but Clark, come over to my place. There's this view. It's so romantic. First of all, she's his boss. You shouldn't be doing this. She
In
would
the
be in
80s, you
so
could have
much
sex with
trouble.
your employees. All right, it was fine.
But
It's just now you can't do it. Back then,
Yes.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It was a great
All
time
day.
to be
got
alive.
raised.
that's
It
how
was
you
bad
get
for
a raise.
superhero movies. Everything else was amazing.
So Clark, or not Clark, but Lance or whatever his name was. Did I write it down here? Nope. So Lance is like trying to do a nice bench press or something. He's like, "Hey Clark, can you help me with that?" He's like,
Spot
yeah,
me, nerd.
Yeah, of course. Throws the weight into his neck, paralyzes the guy, and he's just like, "Ugh." And he's just like, "Oh shit!" Oh.
But don't worry, because he has non-paralyzing vision, so he shoots the guy. So he just let the guy
so
know
many
he could have
powers.
crippled him. He's like,
So
"You're
many
okay."
powers. And of course he says, no pain, no gain. Just like fucking said to him. I seriously, I literally laughed both times I saw that scene.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the shit out of
So we
this.
cut back to Lex. Lex in that beautiful, stately Trump-like tower he lives in.
Yeah.
Gold everywhere. It's classy, people. Classy.
Yeah. Class as fuck.
And Nuclear Man finally shows up.
Giraffes everywhere. What's with the giraffes?
Women dancing with big wigs.
Yeah.
Prostitute.
Oh, my God.
It's great.
It reminded me a lot of Q from Star Trek.
Okay. What?
There was an episode where he has like this whole Victorian thing going on. Reminded me a
Oh,
lot of
you're
that.
right, because
Yeah.
he's dancing with a Victorian, like a Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. And Nuclear Man's like, beat it, chick. I got stuff to say to my pops.
Yeah.
And what we learn is, well, first of all, he's speaking as the voice of Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm the boss now, motherfucker. Because Lex, it's another battle of the alpha males. We just had one earlier, now we're having another one.
Right.
And Lex is like, kneel before Zod, motherfucker. And he's like, I don't think so. I'm Nuclear Man. I can fuck you up. Watch. And he uses his levitating powers, because apparently nuclear energy does that. And he makes Lenny like spin, and Lenny's loving it. He's such a retard that he's just like, spin me more. And he's like, I'm breakdancing. He did say that. And he starts spinning on the ground.
He's got the high tops on for it.
And that freaks out Lex. Lex is like, oh shit, he's got levitating powers. I can't compete with that. And he walks away, backs down. But as luck would have it, Nuclear Man, he's like gonna crush Lex's skull or something.
I don't understand how Nuclear Man's powers work. So,
well, the sun. He's a reverse vampire, Griff, because he cannot be out of the sun.
Oh, so he's Birdman.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And so as soon as he just gets in a shadow, he just collapses. He can't even store energy like a battery. It's just he just collapses.
Okay.
And this is the one problem. I've had a lot of problems with this movie.
I'm glad you admit you only have one problem with this movie.
Well,
it's you.
He's got one list of problems.
One list of problems.
Yes.
One array of problems.
Okay, if you know anything about Superman, you know that he gets his powers from the sun.
Yeah.
So how is a guy who is a creature of the sun gonna hurt Superman? His powers should make Superman stronger. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way.
Good point.
Yeah. And they actually tell you that in the beginning when he's talking to his mom through the crystal. She's like, this yellow sun makes you strong, son. And then they just forget about it. And like, no, it hurts Superman.
I don't know. Those claws look pretty vicious.
His Lee press-on nails.
They're so good. The zoom in of just them throwing. Oh, my God. That was probably the one where I was like, okay, guys, you probably should have left that one on the floor.
So now we know who the real boss is. It's Lex. They just had their pissing contest, and he won.
Yeah.
So now we cut back to that party that Lacey was setting up. Superman, it's a double date. Superman and Lois, Clark and Lacey.
Yeah, I don't think you guys got the hilarity of this scene. This is like... I'm too young for this. It's like Wait, what is that show called?
Three's Company?
Three's Company. Big time. Superman arrives. Or no, not Superman. Come on. Clark arrives. And he's just a nervous wreck as always. Fucking Lacey. As Lois said, you're dressed like a fucking whore. Lois pulls...
Because she's feeling... Because Lois looks like an elderly woman.
Yeah.
And she's like feeling... He's finally got some competition. And she's
Yeah.
like, whoa, Superman might dump me for this.
That's what... this whole triangle of, like,
It's a quadrangle.
Yeah.
There's four of them.
I guess...
Well, there's technically three, you're right.
But yeah, I guess it is four because
yeah.
there's a fourth. But yeah, it's fucking wonderful. So you get this act where Clark comes up and then he's like, oh shit, I forgot to tip the taxi. Rushes down, flies around to Superman while Lacey's chasing him. So he's constantly got like a one-on-one with the, lady that is expecting the
Right.
It's fucking wonderful.
Okay.
I love it.
Fucking wonderful.
Lois is cooking a beautiful duck.
Yes.
Superman uses another power where
He has heat vision.
But can it go through walls?
Like not burn? No, he can't do
he
that.
selectively goes through a wall, a cabinet, an oven door, and hits the duck, cooks it perfectly.
Well, he's Superman, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. He can do anything. He can build walls.
So he's got heat vision. He's
My
got
favorite power.
duck cooking vision. And
Oh.
he's got bricklaying.
That is the like if I got one power from Superman in this movie, it's not flying, it's not the blue vision, the heat vision, it's duck
cooking.
It's duck cooking. Duck is a wonderful thing to cook. I'm gonna cook us.
I don't think the ducks would be too impressed if you got that power, but
I mean,
Fair play to you.
The ducks I'm going for are already dead, so I'm not going for live duck.
Okay.
I couldn't do that.
You're ethical.
I'm ethical about that.
And so, yeah, it's just, like you said, a Three's Company plot. They're just, I got to go for a minute.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
And it goes on for way too long. Even though it's a 90-minute movie,
It's
I was looking at
3
my
minutes
watch.
long.
I know, and I was looking at my watch the whole time. And I don't even have a watch.
See, that's why you were missing all the
It just
jokes.
feels like 20 minutes.
Exactly. So he's looking for a way out. He's like, God, I'm getting tired of this. And Lex gives him a way out.
Well, he fucking like knocks over a veggie dish because he was looking for another escape from Lacey to get back to Lois. So he like fucking throws this dish of veggies and what do you people usually eat with veggies? Dip of some sort.
Duck.
Finally cooked
And
up.
of course, in the center, a small crumb of duck. So he fucking throws that at the wall. And he's just like, oh shit, whoops. I'm just gonna. But then Lex zaps into his brain.
Well, Lex is so like rich now. He has his own frequency,
I love it.
and he sends it out.
Like FM.
Yeah.
Lex FM, and he sends it out. Calling Superman. Calling Superman. Come
I love
in,
it.
Superman. And Superman looks out at, like you said, Metropolis Times Square, where they got the big TV screen.
Giant
So
TV.
everyone can apparently. Maybe this is another. He's got TV vision where only he can see Lex on the screen.
I mean, Lex explains it to him. He's like, don't worry, idiot. Only you can see me.
He Lex explains them, and he's just like, "Yeah, this is my own personal frequency. You're a bitch, and I'm gonna kick your ass."
He's like, I got 9 bombs up in here, bitch, and I'm gonna blow this whole Metropolis Times Square to pieces. I don't like movies where everything about the villain has to be explained. So that's why this movie's right up my alley, because they explain nothing.
Well, all you need to know about Lex Luthor is he's bald and he's a genius. That's basically all Lex Luthor is.
Well, as you referred to him, he's got the perfect Frasier hair. He's actually got a little more hair than Frasier. But, yeah. So, Superman, of course, is like, fuck. Now I gotta fly over there and meet up with Lex and disarm these bombs. And he flies into that fucking kick-ass apartment. He's like, first off, Lex, love what you did with the place. Cheetah Man over here, what's going on with him? It's freaky, but I like it. I wish I were kidding about that.
I'm gonna have to put that on our Instagram.
It's already going up there.
Okay,
It's up
'cause I did
there,
not see that at all.
No, I'll
there was
prove
so
it.
much gold, I was blinded
Dude,
by it.
So Nuclear Man, of course, is standing by. Lenny's playing the drums in the background. Actually, he's playing Nintendo at this point.
Okay. And so he's like, I don't have a bomb. I got something that is the bomb! Nuclear Man. Destroy Superman.
You guys started that catchphrase in the 80s?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought I just quoted.
Don't take the blame for that catchphrase. Don't do
I
it.
thought
Which one
it
can
right
we
now.
blame on you?
So this is Griff. Griff, you're the master at explaining action. So I want you to just go explain this fight for us.
This fight? Well, goddamn. It's like...
Or I don't know, Stuart, maybe you can explain action because we're
Yeah.
awful at it.
Yeah,
I don't think there is any decent action in Superman 4.
this is a good point.
Put the second one back on.
Yeah.
Well, they're just flying around
You've-
punching each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and Nuclear Man 2 has got his freaky claws that are just weird.
They're they're spooky.
and he just scratches at him.
I mean, this is the great fight we have alluded to, I think 3 times now, where they first take the fight onto the balcony. Beautiful balcony. Great skyline view.
Some people say it's the greatest balcony of all time.
Exactly. Rent at Trump Apartments. So they end up like flying all over the world. Like
Yes.
I feel like they ended up in China at one point.
That was the Great
They
Wall.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't even know how it happened. I looked away for a second somehow. I don't know how I managed to look away from this movie. But the tower ends up crumbling. Superman has to save 9.5 people, one person decapitated.
I noticed he didn't save any Chinese people. I don't know. That was disturbing.
Let's just pass right over that fact.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It was white people day.
God
well, in
damn it.
China.
No,
'cause
we're
I
pass-
noticed there were no Asian
We're
people.
passing over it.
Well, wait, no, because we have to talk about it. We've alluded to it 20 times in this episode.
No, I just mean the fact that Superman only likes white people.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So, I don't even remember how it happened. Doesn't Nuclear Man just use one of his rays and, like, blows it up?
I don't even think it shows how the wall blows. It just blows up, and then Superman does his Minecraft shit and just rebuilds it again.
Yes.
Exactly it. Minecraft vision. You're right.
He golan-globus invented Minecraft. Wow.
Did it?
Wow.
So he just uses his vision totally. He improves the Great Wall of China. It's the Greater Wall of China.
Yeah, he put one of those skywalk view things where you can look right down. I when I was in Chicago last week, they wanted me $25 for me to look down that.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
no,
I didn't bother with that either.
No.
Bullshit.
So flight continues. They go to outer space.
Right.
They had outer space backdrops. They use it a lot. They were like, we got to make use of these black curtains. So, fly out to outer space. Superman freezes Nuclear Man.
Nuclear Man freezes Superman.
Yeah.
He uses his freezing
Ice,
breath, makes him in a perfect diamond-shaped ice.
It's a perfect coffin shape, actually, if you look at it. It's just, I don't know how, but he can blow a coffin shape out of his mouth. It's impressive.
Guy's not even like 5 years old and already has perfected ice breath art. That's awesome. I love it. So he's like, "Fuck, this is awesome. I'm returning to Earth." He like goes to Peru or something.
He goes to like Italy.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. And he finds an active volcano.
He goes, yeah, and then he like drills himself down into the volcano, and everyone's like, "Mamma mia, it's a big volcano!"
I thought he was like gonna like harness power or something.
I don't know what he just erupted the volcano because he wants to kill people. Superman breaks out of the ice. Makes a beeline for Italy. And he does probably the stupidest thing you could do. He uses his heat vision, cuts off the top of a mountain, and this caps the volcano, which would just build more pressure up.
It's like a big stone tampon, isn't it? That he just drops in this volcano.
Huh.
And that would just cause I think that would cause a bigger eruption and fuck more people up, but it's Superman. We trust him.
Yeah, no, I mean, lava probably would, yeah.
And then he jumps down. There's some guy priest molesting a kid, and he's like,
"Oh, jeez."
He uses. Well, come on, it happens. And it was Pope Francis. I don't know. And he's he's like using his cold breath to like cool all the lava. He's like, finally, you can molest in peace. And the guy's like, "Thank you, Superman." And he flies off after Nuclear Man.
Yeah, I think they go back to space because it was like, hey, we're not done up here. We need
So they fly.
They do.
Yeah.
They fly to New Metropolis, York, where we have the Statuette of Liberty. And this shows how fine craftsmen the French were, because he picks up the entire statue and doesn't fall apart.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
And apparently all they could afford in the budget was a hand holding the book.
Yeah.
Because you just see that. And he's carrying the Statue of Liberty around. Superman ain't having that. That's a symbol of America, motherfucker. So he flies in, and he grabs it back from him. And it hurts him somehow. I don't remember.
While he's carrying it back, like, he hasn't done anything to really stun Nuclear Man 2. He has just basically swiped it and is like, all right, I'm just going to fly
feeling
away.
them out, Griff. He's like, what vision can I use on Nuclear Man? So he's using them all. He's like, well, Minecraft vision doesn't work. Hate vision doesn't work.
Okay.
This is what, he's like scouting out his opponent.
Okay.
So he puts it back. Nuclear Man's pissed. He's like, I wanted that statue, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So he shoots out his Wolverine nails.
Yeah.
And he slashes Superman on the neck.
Am I right? Did I read the official term for his claw attack was like nuclear doom slash?
I don't know. Did that say that?
Don't know. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Nuclear doom slash.
Well, we need some explanation for it because it like destroys Clark.
He's got some cat scratch fever going on, and it's not looking good for Superman.
He's like,
and then he kicks Superman in the ass, and Superman just flies off into space.
Yeah, he loses his cape.
Cape just flutters down. It's over, guys. It's it. Superman's done. Or is he? Because
after this film, he was for many years.
So Rupert Murdoch's loving this. He's just like, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to make tons of money off of this.
Immediately is like Superman out of commission, but was he working for the Russians? He's trying to build up like all kinds of crazy conspiracies.
The headlines like Superman gets punked out.
Yeah.
Nuclear Man rules. And Lois ain't having that. And she's just like, I quit. You guys, it's this fake news. It's ruining our country.
You can't fucking shit on my man.
And did you notice? I've noticed this in every movie we've done. There was a Pepsi machine in the back. Pepsi was in every fucking movie we've covered. I had to put that in our notes because I'm like, why that fucking shitty ass piss water? Why is it in every movie?
I think you're just saying that
They had a great marketing department.
I have to imagine
That's
you
why.
guys as kids were both just like, I gotta have a Pepsi. Like
I wasn't.
You would short circuit to the point where you're just like, man, I gotta have a fucking Pepsi.
So, not only that, Rupert Murdoch he got Superman's cape. And he's like, I got it cheap. He had to even rub it in even more.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about Superman anymore.
Of course, he leaves it on Lacey's desk.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna wipe my ass with this later.
Yeah, and so Lois sees it in there, and that's what really ticked her off. Where she's like, "You're a part of this bullshit. Getting the fuck out. You and your whore ass dress can fuck right off."
But Lacey shows her true colors. She even is like, Dad, that's too far.
Yeah,
Like, I'm all for like lying to the public and and destroying democracy,
ruining journalism for everybody. Yeah.
But that's a bridge too far for me. Slandering Superman. And so she walks out too. Lois, she's like, God damn it, who can I complain about my problems to? I know Clark. That's what Clark's there for.
Clark's been missing for 2 weeks or something. Hasn't been picking up his phone. No one thought to check on him until now. And so they arrive at his apartment. Just fucking covered in blankets. He's got his little glowing crystal. He's just like rocking back and forth, listening to.
Got like an open fire. And he doesn't even have a chimney. It's just weird.
You can hear cat scratch fever.
It's like some sort of heroin withdrawal or something by looks.
Yeah,
of it.
really.
Trainspotting.
Hey,
and it looks very similar.
We know how to.
He jumped into a toilet later. It was crazy.
I think you know the perfect cure for heroin addiction. I think Kojak taught you this one.
orange. No,
Duck.
only a Superman cooks it. No, the perfect is if you've watched any '70s cop show, Stuart. The perfect the cure for heroin is lock somebody in a room and give them chocolate bars and orange juice. That was every '70s. Like we had to, like I remember there was one where Starsky and Hutch. Hutch got hooked on heroin. Like some guy kidnapped him, and Starsky's like, Huggy Bear. Here's $100. Put him in one of your flop houses. Feed him orange juice and chocolate bars.
Yeah.
And by the end of the episode, he was clean. He never had the urge ever again.
We both promised not to advertise your, political campaign here, but Murray is running for a small local, position. And he's running to solve this opioid addiction we have here. And he's just like, chocolate bars and orange juice.
Chocolate bars and orange juice for everybody. We don't even need health care. We just give people chocolate bars and
it's
orange
way
juice.
cheaper. Way cheaper.
I just solved our health care problem. Thank you.
Save that for your campaign.
So she's just like, oh, hey, Clark, what are you doing? I'm sick. Got withdrawals. He's like, oh, I can't be bothered with that. Here's Superman's cape.
Duck made me think. Wasn't cooked right.
Your duck killed me.
It was raw in the middle. He didn't.
Fucking firm on the outside, flappy and raw in the middle.
So not only Eddie felt the injury, Lois is like, you know what? I really love Superman. Oh yeah, It's like, well, I could use some help, Lois. Yeah, I got stuff to do, Clark. See you later. So he just walks out on Clark. Lex, cut back to Lex. He's on the top of the world. He's got a fucking table full of money. And he's like, he's with the Shark Tank buddies. And he's just like, why am I giving you guys money again? Beat it. I'm taking over. And they're like, this is you can't do that. Oh, can I? Nuclear Man. Burn this $100 bill. And, of course, that frightens every rich, greedy piece of shit. That would frighten them the most to see money get burned.
It's true.
So they just run out like the cowards they are. Lex is on top of the world, people. Because you know why? Because Superman's not there to stop him.
And then I believe this is where we start fucking Nuclear Man's campaign to get Lacey for reasons.
Yeah, he sees her like on a paper, and he's like, "Hey, I like that. I like the cut of her jib."
Is that all it was that was motivating him there? Was just
Yeah,
fuck.
well, he's never had sex. He wants to experience all the world has to offer.
Yep. He's only like 5 years old. He's never slept with a woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's like, I want to do that. I don't care if she cares.
Lex isn't telling him about the birds and the bees. So
Exactly.
he's trying to figure it out on his own, apparently.
So at this time, apparently, the cat scratch fever that Clark has is making him go bald now. He's just emaciated.
He is crumbling.
He goes back to Smallville because he knows he's got some chocolate bars there. But he's got him in his like rocket ship.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I forgot about this kryptonite that's supposed to kill me, but it's going to cure me because
fuck.
reasons. Because we're golan-globus and we don't give a shit about anything that makes sense." So it fixes them, people. The little battery for his little baby rocket ship cures the cat scratch
There's
fever.
no such thing as a plot hole if you're in and out in 90 minutes.
Yes, you're right. So this is it, guys. This is for them all for all the marbles. Final showdown. Superman on one side, Nuclear Man on the other. Nuclear Man, horny as hell for Lacey.
Oof. King Kong style. Going after,
Well,
climbing
I
the
think
building.
they're actually in the Empire State Building,
Yeah.
so you're probably right. And so he shows up, the Daily Planet. He's like, I want that woman.
I mean, they're both beating their chest here because they're standing perfectly still. Nuclear Man's like setting things on fire, and Clark's like levitating. I didn't know Superman had that power.
Well, first, Nuclear Man makes people levitate, and then Clark makes them come back down.
When did?
I mean, to be fair with the levitating, General Zod did that in Superman 2. Yeah. So in theory, Clark could have it. Or Kal-El could have it, or somebody could have it. I don't know. Maybe the Duck.
Like this is
who's Zod?
General Zod. He's like the evil Kryptonian.
Number 2.
But he is Superman's race?
Yes, he's Kryptonian.
Yes.
And we should just talk about Superman 2. It's better.
Oh, God, yeah. Let's restart the episode and put number 2 on.
Erase.
Marathon!
Well, you're in luck because we forgot to start recording. No. So they're doing magic tricks basically because chicks love magic tricks, Griff.
Oh yeah, they do.
So they're doing the levitating thing. Nuclear Man cuts a man in half. Superman puts them back together with his put people back together vision.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Superman's
just
like, all right, you can have her. I don't care. Come with me. I'll show you where she is. So he goes, oh, she's in this elevator. Just go up to the 7th floor.
Yeah, man. It's just right. Like, don't worry about those stairs. Those stairs can fuck right off. You're stacked. You don't have to worry about cardio anymore. Save your energy for pumping the hard iron. Hit the elevator.
Okay.
7th floor. Give it a minute. Second right. Boom. There she is. She's probably going to be bent over. She's been doing that to me all week.
Wow. He's very descriptive here. Superman can tell a tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Paint a picture.
Yeah.
And he paints such a great picture that Nuclear Man is like, I'm all in.
Shit, thanks, Clark.
Goes right in,
Superman.
and he's like, you fell into my trap.
Immediately saps his power.
Immediately.
I didn't know that's how his physics work.
He's a reverse vampire.
I didn't think there is zero reserve. Immediately hits the shade.
Right. So all Superman had to do is wait till nighttime to fight him, and then he wins.
Yeah,
but
that is a good.
Superman, he believes in fighting first.
How possible would it have been to Superman to just hold on to him?
Don't you think Superman probably has night vision or something like that?
Wait, when they were in,
he's got Minecraft vision. I think he would have night vision as well.
He definitely does. When you have Minecraft vision, you definitely have night vision.
He has more vision than Shokazugi has ninja powers. That's how amazing.
So, Superman fucking... I'm so excited. I was just thinking about where we go from here. Superman fucking locks him up in that elevator. So he's out like a light. He's withdrawn from heroin, and he's just taking a quick nap after his chocolate and orange juice. So he fucking takes that elevator, rips it out of the building, flies it to the moon, and like just tosses it on the ground, just like, yeah, let's put this anywhere. And then he noticed that's American flag that's on the moon because we actually landed there.
No, we didn't. That Superman actually planted that to cover for us.
Oh, shit,
He
really?
takes great pride in the fact that it's crooked, so he straightens it.
Oh.
We've never been to the moon, Griff.
He put it there as a favor to Stanley Kubrick.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that reference. All the fucking, what is that, Room 127 shit? Oh.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
isn't it?
so fun. I love it.
It happened.
So, of course, Superman's just like, well, I've won. It's always that easy, so no big deal. Fixing the flag. He
could have put him on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm fair. I'm going to put him on the light side.
So, of course, he fucking returns to life.
Because there's a little crack in the elevator. Superman could have welded the door shut with his heat vision. But
He's got so many powers, he just forgets about it.
It's like, oh, shit. I could have just built him a brick tomb. Why didn't I do that? But, like, fuck. What?
Buried him in a catacomb somewhere.
So he forgets. He's an absent-minded professor of superheroes. And he takes off, like you said.
Oh,
and
no, he just
immediately,
hangs out on the moon.
all it takes is a little ray to rejuvenate him, and he's back in action.
You have to keep him on the moon because this was my favorite fucking move from this movie. Nuclear Man takes Superman, like, tries to snap his neck, but of course, this isn't a Shokazugi film, so it doesn't work. But what he ends up doing is, like, throwing Superman into the ground like a peg.
Yeah.
And then his hand just hammers
Like a
it.
pile driver, yeah.
I fucking loved it.
Do you not think, though, with that move, I think Nuclear Man's a cat? Because we've had the cat scratch,
Yes.
right? And now we've had him bury Superman like a cat shit
Yeah.
under the dirt. Because he even kicks dirt over him like, I'm going to cover that
Oh,
up.
my God.
I'm all right. I'm a nice
And-
domesticated villain. And he's off.
I'm going to blow everybody's mind.
Oh,
What
boy.
happened was, when they had the Petri dish out, Lenny's cat walked by. couple of hairs.
Oh,
peed in it.
Jesus.
Little couple of hairs fell in.
That explains the claws. You see, when you think about it, when you talk, this is what golan-globus is trying to do. They were trying to open conversation.
See, this is the thing about golan-globus. They let you, the viewer, come up with your own shit. Like, now movies, they over-explain things.
That's why I love David Lynch. He's the only person who's just like, here it is.
right.
Do what you want.
So it's like, that's how you can get a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
You're not explaining anything. You're just like, go with it.
I don't want anything explained to me.
Well, we picked a great movie.
Yes,
because-
we really did. It gives me all the goods. They invented the quirky character, as far as I know. Lenny is the original quirky character that every Marvel movie follows. And Lex Luthor, too. He's quirky as fuck. He's got that little gold necklace on with the dollar sign. He's so fucking evil.
He was the original, like, rapper. He had, like, the big gold dollar sign necklace.
Always wearing the gold slippers. Seriously, you
really,
love it.
You looked over this movie way longer than I did.
You love this movie. You just don't know.
Yes. What are you going to do? Kiss me and use your power to make me laugh at this movie? Like, oh, I love it now.
Griff, the last thing I remember is you pinning me to your couch and kissing me? No. Don't.
So, Nuclear Man, he's hot and horny for Lacey. He's like, I got to go back.
Yeah.
Flies back. Superman breaks out of the dirt.
Yeah. So this is when things get really interesting for me because science has been pretty much to a T so far. They have found every law of science so far, but Nuclear Man gets a hold of Lacey. Do you remember what he does to her? Stuart, would you like to tell us?
Takes her
Takes her to space. What would you do?
Just flies her right up there.
Where she can breathe.
Yeah. Well, if you just hold your breath,
apparently.
you can
Yeah,
survive
you just-
space. It doesn't matter if it's like cold.
No,
vacuum.
you can see her gasping. She's breathing.
And she's like shivering a little.
Just
you
a
know?
little.
She's method acting.
Yeah. Good thing she grabbed Lois's coat before she got dragged up there.
And Superman does the most logical thing possible because he knows that the sun. He finally figured it out. It's
Yeah.
like the sun powers Nuclear Man, just like it powers me. But he decides, I'm going to push the moon and make a lunar eclipse, block the
fuck.
sun. Meanwhile, back on Earth, tides are like shifting and changing. The world's falling. Earthquakes are happening.
And we all die because it's like, thanks, Superman, you just fucked up.
But
the
he
time.
saved Lacey.
Brilliant.
Come on, it's a good trade-off.
One for Earth.
Total eclipse of the heart, people.
Total eclipse. I've been thinking that the whole time. Glad you said it.
And it works because he immediately, and that's what I love. We're in space, and he drops her in space. She would just like float away. She wouldn't like. She drops.
She saw.
They're in space. Everybody can fly in space.
The science of this movie is probably the only thing I trust in the world anymore. I'm pretty sure this is what happened if I ended up in space. You remember earlier when the Russian astronaut was like floating away like that? Yeah, that's not true. He would have fallen back to Earth.
No.
Falling back to gravity is that powerful.
Yeah.
It would just pull
I mean, that's
you.
what happened to Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Superman grabs her. But then...
Well, as long as you bend your knees when you hit the ground, you're okay, aren't you? You sort of do a tuck and roll
Exactly.
type
You just
thing.
tumble with it and you're good.
Shokazuki taught me that.
Thank you.
And somebody's got to help me out because I don't even remember. Did he throw him in the sun? I don't even fucking remember what happened to Nuclear Man.
Fuck.
Stuart, what happened?
Nope.
That's a good question. Well, where is he? Let's rewind that.
I don't know.
Where is he?
I think like after.
I think that must be a deleted scene. The conclusion.
There really must be because after he pushes. Go ahead.
No, he drops him in like a nuclear, like a big chimney.
Yeah, he goes to
did
the
he?
nuclear reactor.
Into a nuclear reactor.
Oh, that's
and then he
smart.
almost causes a
Like a blink and miss
meltdown
it.
because everybody's power.
It does, and then somebody looks at his clipboard, and then all the lights come on even brighter, and it's like, oh, there we go, it's done, back to normal. So that was how easy it was to get rid of Catman.
And it helped powers. Now we don't have to use fossil fuels anymore. Thanks, Superman.
Oh man.
All I needed was a nuclear man.
Jeez.
was a Superman hair and some of Gene Hackman's jizz
you
in a nuclear reactor. And all as
Evil
well.
jizz and super pubes.
Oh
and
my god! You know what I'm going to be doing all weekend? Now working on our next episode. Fucking.
Don't mention petri dishes, please.
Well, I won't. They're too expensive.
You're experimenting, as they say.
So, I mean,
so he's done. Nuclear Man's done. Superman is trapped.
Yeah, it's not a good enough ending though. We need to get the
we
word.
Still got Rupert.
Yeah, we got to get the word of the people back to its normal status in the world. We got to get journalism back.
Right. We need to end this fake news. So, how do we do that? Well, Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet, who last time I checked quit, shows up and goes, look, I went to some bankers and said, because this would happen in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I went to some bankers and said, look, the Daily Planet, journalism, it's the foundation of our democracy. We need good, honest news. And bankers like, fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Take all our money.
All of it.
No interest. You don't have to pay us back. Buy the Daily Planet shares that Rupert doesn't have. And Perry White does it. Now, Perry White has his upper hand, and he tells Rupert what to do because he owns the controlling power of the Daily Planet now.
Yeah.
And Rupert's like, oh, how dare you? And then Lacey's like, fuck you, Dad, you're a piece of shit.
It was so good. Man, I fucking loved it. So, of course...
Could you imagine him going to the bank, though? He goes to the bank and he's like, do you know that business that I've been running that hasn't made money for 3 years? I'd like to borrow a few $1 million to buy it back, please, so I can run it again.
Stuart,
the
bankers are probably known as the most compassionate people on the planet. And they always do what's right.
Yeah.
And they're like...
Always.
And they're like, that's the message that golan-globus are trying to tell
we didn't have
because they were probably trying to get a loan to make this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think what happened though, well, he didn't go to the bank. He went to Warner Brothers and went, do you know how you give me $36 million to make this film and Golan-Globus will only spend 17? Can I borrow that 17 because I'd like to buy the Daily Planet back?
That explains it.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Now Perry White owns half of Superman 4.
Oh, I bet he's well happy with that.
So it ends. Superman, he's got to give a speech before it all ends. And he basically breaks it down to us and goes, you know what? Humanity's fucked because you guys are pieces of shit. And you're never going to learn. And you might as well have your nukes back because you're hopeless. And everyone cheers him. It's like being at a Trump rally. He calls you a moron and you go, I'm a moron.
Yeah, we are kind of fucked. We're a bunch of jackasses. You're right, Superman. God damn, you look great today.
And so we got wait, what's up with Lex and Lenny, guys?
Yeah.
Well, they're making their getaway. They got their Studebakers.
In an inconspicuous car.
Completely. Yeah.
He's got the fucking driving goggles on the cab.
Yeah.
He's always
Biggles.
dressed as a
Biggles. Lenny's got his drumsticks out. Oh.
And then Lex grabs him and throws him out.
I'm glad this movie ended on a good last chuckle. Because that fucking...
Well,
yeah, it's a chuckle. You guys just don't get
Bit
it.
of a chortle.
Superman's dropping off a little bit of a teenager with a priest. That's not.
Oh, you're right.
And he's like,
look it up.
we know what to do with him, Superman. Wink.
Yeah, there's that
And there's
rough...
these kids like licking their lips, like can't wait to get this new meat into their
Oh, God.
Boys Town.
You know what? I was having so much innocent fun with this movie that you guys have just rolled back.
This movie brought out the child, the inner child of Grove.
You rolled
We brought you
back
back to reality.
Fuck. God.
I'll show you pretty in pink.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
You guys got drumsticks here? Yeah, but we don't play drums with them.
So, whoa, that was too far.
What? That was too far?
Yeah, that was too far.
Fuck you.
And that was Kinjite too far.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was over the line.
God
That was,
damn it.
yeah.
So,
I'll go eat some dick.
take Lex back to the prison. It's just like, all right, you're back. No, I guess we don't need to charge you. You're already in prison. We don't need to charge you or anything.
He drops him back with the chain gang, and they're all just like, hey, look, Mozart's back. That's enough punishment.
To be around a bunch of stupid morons.
Yeah.
He's like... And then Superman flies off into space and gives us a wink.
Dude, there's this last moment, the Columbo moment, where Lex is just like, Superman, how did you figure out how to beat my ultimate fucking creation, Nuclear Man? And he's like, well, I noticed that the other day you were gone and a missile went off, and I knew that you were involved with the missile and that the missile was carrying this nanomachines and this organic materials from maybe you, maybe a cat. And it hit the sun, and it exploded, and Nuclear Man was born. He's 5 hours a year old or so. He's a little bit horny, a little bit into... And Lex is just like, how did you know all that? And he's like, magician never tells.
Because of my knowing vision. I know.
Knowing vision.
I just look at shit and I know.
How did...
I looked into your brain.
God damn it. I'm happy to know Superman has so many powers he doesn't even know what powers he has. Like, I thought...
You had the power to destroy a franchise for like 20 years. So that was,
Go.
Is that Superman's fault? I mean, I've never liked his comics, so...
it's kind of golan-globus'
Yeah,
fault.
they kind of
really,
put the
I
nail
think,
in the
you know.
coffin on
Yeah.
Superman.
Well, I think
They
when
did.
most movies are getting to their fourth, they're kind of...
Usually 3 is where you hit the...
Yeah.
Unlike that awful shitty movie, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that.
Oh. Great film.
I guess you haven't listened to our episode because not great.
I have. Do you know what I love about your show, though? One of many, 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 many things is I can listen to an episode of a film that I love and not take offense at you guys ripping it to pieces because it's still really entertaining hearing how you do it. So, your Out for Justice episode is still one of my favorite ones. I love the Steven Seagal stuff.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
yeah, we really appreciate it.
We certainly do love watching them, and we definitely, like, the whole purpose of this was just to appreciate how fun it is to watch these ridiculous movies. And so it's less about trying to critique everybody on how they do movies wrong and just how much we appreciated the fact that this movie was made.
No, even the worst movies, like even... Well, I don't know about this movie. But
Yeah.
This one.
But they're fun as shit. Even though they're awful garbage, they're still fun as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, $15 million went into this.
How many?
$15 million, I think.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looked
Scary.
like... Dude.
Budgeted at 36, spent 17, made like 15 or something stupid.
Oh, shit.
So it's-
I might have reversed
Wow,
those.
Ouch.
I'm shocked by that.
But it was like, where can we take the money from a Superman movie? I know, let's cut the special effects budget. No, let's not. Let's cut the Jeremy budget. That'll save about 4 times.
Yeah.
We need Jeremy in there for motivation, apparently.
Guys, there's a lot of rich character development in this movie. We don't need special effects.
there's one of the. I was watching all the deleted scenes on the DVD today. It's about half an hour worth, so you pretty much see everything they cut out, and the special effects and stuff aren't finished. Not that they are in the finished film, but the scene at the very end where Superman flies up and does his smile at the camera and this, that, and the other. In the deleted scene, he takes Jeremy into space, and he's like, and he does. Of course, he doesn't leave him there, but he does this shot where he's like, "So, Jeremy, what can you see?" And Jeremy says, "Well, I can see the clouds, and I can see the countries, but I can't see any borders." And Superman says, "Well, if you can't see any borders, maybe, hopefully, nobody else will see borders." And you're like, that is straight out of like the Rocky IV. Nobody can change. We can change things. It's awful. And I was hoping he would throw Jeremy into the sun, but he doesn't.
I'm just amazed that Jeremy can not only survive in space, he can talk in space.
He can talk and he can think very critically and say some really profound shit.
Right.
I'm inspired. I don't.
He sure can't act. He cannot act.
Superman, I don't see any borders.
It's dreadful. I mean, Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3, I really, really enjoyed. Saw them all in cinema. Superman came out, and for some reason, on VHS, it was painful. It really was. It was not
I'm sorry you guys had, like, Superman movies prior to this to live up to, because I came into it obviously cold as a duck in fucking Lois's oven, and I don't know. This is my Superman movie now.
Well, then you need to check out the other. You'll be amazed by the first couple.
Yeah, apparently.
This is kind of like the Die Hard 5 of
There's
the Die Hard
5
franchise.
Die
This is like, oh god, yeah. And 5 is dreadful. So this is kind of like the
is
number
Die Hard
5.
5 the one
So
with the son where they're going to pass on the franchise?
Yes.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
This is the Terminator Genesis of the Superman movie.
I never saw that one either. We're just stuck in the 80s
It's
now.
awful.
We don't watch any of these new movies.
Yeah, really. I had Movie Pass like around this time last year, so I was seeing movies like every day. But now $5-10 a day. Nope.
Well, you know a movie you don't need to see?
No.
Avengers Endgame, because it would piss you off.
I'm going to see it. I'm not shitty about it. Like, I'm not going around telling people, like, you're an idiot for liking that movie. I'll see it. But...
You do know if you come out and you sort of go, oh, that ain't no Superman 4, somebody will punch you.
Okay, I will go ahead. I'll have Murray update you on this. I will say, wow, Endgame, but it's Superman 4, actually. Let's see where that goes.
It ain't no nuclear man.
Oh, man.
If only a kid had come up to Thanos. So what?
Yeah.
That's probably how Thanos got the idea. He's like, Thanos, the universe would be a better place if only half the people existed. And then he just thought on it for a while, and then he's like, I got to get Infinity Stones.
That's probably what's missing from that fucking Avengers movie is Jeremy.
And with screen capture, we could actually use that kid who played the actor in it.
Easily. We could just cut to that clip of that scene with that 4th grade teacher that I'm into.
Thanos is sitting on his planet watching TV, and he sees that, and he's just
love it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sitting there with a burnt duck going, God damn it, can't get this right.
Superman showed me how to do this one time.
There's actually one of the Infinity Stones is actually Minecraft vision. So
Minecraft stones.
Oh my God, does that go on the
They're actually I don't want to spoil anything, but he does make a brick wall out of his one of the stones.
Oh shit.
It's a great scene, guys.
Yeah. See, now I'm interested in the Avengers movie.
Nice.
Brick wall vision brings me in. Holy shit. Oh my God, so much fun. Stuart, you've done what, 2 podcasts now today?
Yeah, I've done 2. Yeah, I've done 2 tonight. 2 in the past 5 hours.
I think this is a good time to let you retreat to whatever you do elsewhere, And,
we appreciate you staying up late for us, because they know it's pretty late where you're at.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. It's always kind of weird when you're on a podcast that you normally listen to. Because your brain tells you, because you think you're listening to it sometimes, so you'll just shut up and no, I'll be listening to you guys. I'm like, oh shit, I'm on the show, aren't I? Let's carry on talking. So it's kind of weird, but it's good.
Well, You can't see either of us, but we've been smiling the whole time. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on. It has been so much fun. Superman 4 was I am so glad you brought this movie out because I don't think I could have got Murray to do it without somebody else telling him Superman 4. And I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known that I found one of my favorite movies. You need to watch more movies if this is your favorite
really? I'm wondering if I would have to. Should I give you some orange juice and
I'm gonna need leave a couple orange juice.
Yeah, some chocolate things, some chocolate dips.
I'm going through a withdrawal.
Well,
but you do need to go back and watch Superman 1 and 2. I'll
do the deed. I'll go back. I'll look them up, and in future episodes, I'll recap them real quick.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good.
Well, before we go, I gotta ask Stuart one last question. What is the most underrated Golan-Globus Theater episode, according to you?
Oh God, I love your Cobra one. I don't know. I wouldn't say there's no underrated one because I rate them all highly.
Well, we love to hear that.
So the whole collection, you should do a box set. There needs to be a box set at some point where it's just like all of them. Because it's cool. One of the genuine things I love about your show is, other than the fact I've been on it, so that's kind of cool, elevates it up to a whole new
elevator
level,
to the moon,
I listen to an episode and I go, do you know, I'm going to watch that film again. You know, I've rewatched Cobra and watched some of the Steven Seagal ones, and there's some of the ones that you've done on films that I'd not heard of, that at some point I will watch them. Regularly go through Netflix. Are you telling
me you've never seen Mr. No Legs?
Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's a YouTube exclusive right there. That's a freebie. And man, that's a weird one. Yeah. That was an interesting watch. It's a heavy scene, as that one lady says. Oh man.
All right. Well,
so the rewatchability is great. So just keep doing what you do.
Appreciate it.
And we will still have the huge listening parties in the arenas over here in the UK.
Yes. Is it?
Never mind Game of Thrones watch parties. Fuck them. No, let's have Golan-Globus Theatre watch
there
parties.
Should be. Oh, isn't it true that the most popular name in the UK right now for boys and girls is Grimm? Combination of Griffin and
It's
Tim.
true.
Love it.
That is true. Yeah, boys and girls, everybody. There is no genders anymore.
I hope if I return to New Zealand in 5 years, that's the most popular name as well there.
I hope someone's listening to us in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You left enough stickers that they should.
Well, I know people in Australia, so I can get them to pass the message on to New Zealand because it's not too far. I'll take care of that for you guys.
All right, we were supposed to cut ties a minute ago, so let's see. We got, of course, an episode coming up next week, and
so next week you're going to want to really listen to this one, Stuart, because we're continuing our journey through Golan-Globus, and we're doing it's been what, Griff? 2 months since we've talked about Steve James.
Yeah, it's been far too long. That's why I've been drinking orange juice and eating chocolate bars. I'm going through Steve James withdrawals.
You're going through the Steve James withdrawal?
Yeah.
Well, so am I, and that's good because we're going to do another Steve James, Michael Dudikoff jam, Avenging Force.
Nice. I have seen that many, many, many years ago, but I can't remember what it's about. But it's got Michael Dudikoff
I watched
in it, it's going to be
for
great,
the first time a few weeks ago. Blew me away. The villain is so fucking good in it. And, of course, Steve James is good. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's got a lot to live up to. Lex Luthor's on the fucking brain here. All right. With that last dumb comment, I'm going to say goodbye. Stuart, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the invite.
You have an open invitation to ever come back whenever you want. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. I'll hold you up on that. Same place. Yep, definitely.
Sounds good.
Sign us off.
All right.
Take care.
That's it, everybody.
Bye.
Keep it warm.
A Golan-Globus production. Another good one from Canon.
It's true.